Hello, back to class again. So, now we'll talk about the properties of rational numbers. So before talking about the properties of rational numbers, we'll talk about some of the things of role 1 and 0. So chapter name rational numbers. But before the properties, we should know what is the role of 0 and 1. So role 0 and role of 1. So commonly 0 and 1 plays a different role in the properties of rational numbers because do you know if you add any number, for example, if you add any number with 0, the answer is itself. The sum is itself. Am I right? 9 plus 0 is 9. 7 plus 0 is 7 and 6 plus 0 is 6. That means the sum of any rational number with a 0, it gives answer as itself. Correct? So that's why 0 can be called it as a additive identity. It doesn't change it doesn't affect any rational number when you're doing addition. Am I right? So that's why it can call it as additive identity. Oh, so if you look at 1. The 1 also do the same thing but not in addition, in multiplication. It do in the same way. Whatever 0 does in addition part, the same thing will be happen with the 1 also, but in multiplication side. So multiplication, can we check? The product of any rational number, with 1 is itself. So same, 9 ones are 9, 6 ones are 6, 7 ones are 7. Correct? So that's why here it happened with addition, no? So it is identity. So that's why this is can call it as a additive identity. Additive identity. What is additive identity? 0 is additive identity. Why should we call is additive identity? Because the identity is happening with addition. That's why we are calling as additive identity. So same thing. So here 1 can be called it as we are doing with multiplication, no? So we can write this one as a multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. Correct? So now we learned two identities. One is additive identity, one more multiplicative identity. What is additive identity here? 0 is additive identity, 1 is a multiplicative identity. So generally, if you want to write a general form, generally what will write? Any rational number I said. Am I right? So A is any rational number. A plus 0 is equals to, again answer is A. Correct? It is general form. Again what will write here? Where, what is A here? A is any rational number. Any rational number. Correct? Next, generally what will write? The same thing. A into 1 is equals to A. Correct? General form. Same. What will write here again? A is any rational number. That means in the place of A, you can use any rational number. This property will be satisfied. What did we learn now? We learned two things. One is about additive identity and one more about multiplicative identity. Okay? Let's go with one more topic. Yes. Now I'll write about additive inverse. Additive inverse. So the definition I'll write: the sum of any two numbers is 0. The sum of any two numbers is 0. Then they are additive inverse to each other. Is it happens like that? Do you have an idea? Now examples. First we'll go with examples. Plus 2. Plus 2. What is it? Sum of any two numbers must be 0. Already one of the number I have taken 2 plus 2, but the answer must be 0. I need answer must be 0. Am I right? So plus 2 part I can take to make it 0, that is minus 2. Correct? Now if I take minus 3, then again I want to make sum of two numbers. One number I already have taken. I have taken one number already. So one more number I have to take. Correct now? And the sum must be 0. Minus 3 I have taken already. So the combination for minus 3 I can take it as a plus 3. The sum of these two numbers will become 0. Next, plus 9. Answer minus 9. 0. Correct? So generally what will write? Minus a plus a is equals to 0, or plus a minus a is equals to also 0. Here plus a minus a comma plus a are additive inverse to each other. Yeah. So here this is a way of writing of additive inverse. That means we will write the same number with opposite sign. For example, additive inverse of plus 9. What I said, same number will write 9 but with opposite sign. So answer is minus 9. So the additive inverse of plus 9 is minus 9. Same additive inverse of minus 3. Same number 3 will write but opposite sign, plus 3. Correct? So I have worked it out. What is additive inverse of 0? What is additive inverse of 0? Casually we know 0 plus 0 is a 0. Correct? But in the form we have written plus a minus a are additive inverse. Actually, so generally we know 0 is neither positive nor negative. So we can't make it as a plus 0. We can't make it right as a minus 0. So additive inverse of 0 we can write it as it doesn't exist. 0 has no additive identity. 0 has no identity. Additive inverse. 0 is additive identity, but 0 has no additive inverse. Correct? Right? Next, I hope you understand. Again, we will recall once. Additive inverse is nothing but the sum of two numbers make it 0. For example, if I take plus 9, to make it 0 plus 9, we need support of minus 9. If I take plus 3, we need minus 3. If we take a minus 27, we need plus 27. That means the number will be same, but we will take support of the opposite sign. Yes? If you take plus, we will take minus. If you take minus, we will take plus. Correct? Right. It is about additive inverse. Now we will talk about multiplicative inverse. So when I talk about additive inverse, so the sum of two numbers we got it additive identity 0. Correct? So when you talk about multiplicative inverse, multiplicative. So what we write? The product of any two numbers is 1. The product of any two numbers is 1. When it happens, do you know? When? Look at A by B into C by D is equal to 1. If this happen, then what will write, sir? If this is happen, what will write? A by B is a multiplicative inverse of C by D, and C by D is a multiplicative inverse of A by B. Okay, we'll see examples now. I multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3. So we don't want 2 by 3. We have to get answer as a 1. Correct? No. So if you go upside, so 2 by 3 into something number, the answer must be 1. What is the mean answer must be 1? That means the 2 has cancelled, the 3 also cancelled, there is a nothing number. That's why with a multiplication, empty we can call it as 1. Correct, no? That means if you want to get 2 cancelled, we need denominator 2. If you want to get cancelled 3, we need numerator 3. Correct? Look at 2 and 2 get cancelled, 3 and 3 get cancelled, here nothing. So we'll write 1 into 1, overall the answer is 1. That means what is multiplicative inverse? 2 by 3 fraction has happened like a 3 by 2, reverse. The fraction get reversed. Yesterday we discussed when the fraction get reversed, it's call it as a reciprocal. Correct? No? Now multiplication multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3 is nothing but reciprocal of 2 by 3. Reciprocal of 2 by 3, that is nothing but 3 by 2. Correct? Next, multiplicative inverse of 4 by 3. The answer is 3 by 4. Reverse. We make it reverse. Now, multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3. Answer 3 by 2. Just we did. I want to check it you. Multiplicative inverse of just 2. Then answer just 2. So we need fraction form. If we need fraction form, 2 we can write it as a 2 by 1. Correct? 2 we can express as 2 by 1. Then the 2 by 1 will become 1 by 2. So multiplicative inverse of 2 is answer is 1 by 2. So find out multiplicative inverse of 0. So as you done like 2 by 1, 0 also we can express this as 0 by 1. The answer is 1 by 0. Look at 1 by 0. Is it meaningful? No. 1 by 0 is meaningless. Why? Why? Because general example I'll tell you. You have written exam. If you score 60 marks per 100, the teacher post marks 60 by 100. That means what is the mean of 60 by 100? What is the fraction that? The fraction represents you have written exam for 100 marks, you scored 60. Correct? But if I post 100 by 60, improper fraction. Okay, little bit it's okay. But if I write the denominator completely 0, no. Because in the starting with the rational numbers, I told you only 2 conditions. Rational number, the number which can be expressed p by q form, where p comma q are integers and q should not be 0. But here the q is a 0. Correct? No? Yes? And 1 by 0. The denominator with 0, the value of the fraction doesn't exist. So here also we'll write doesn't exist. So overall what we conclude? We concluded 0 has no additive identity. 0 is also has no multiplicative identity. So what we learn now? We learn 4 topics today. What is that? One is a multiplicative identity, multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative identity is nothing but 1. What is multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse is nothing but reciprocal of the given number. Multiplicative inverse is nothing but reciprocal of the given number. For example, you got only whole number 7. 7 we can express as 7 by 1. Now multiplicative inverse of 7 by 1. 7 by 1 is nothing but 1 by 7. We can express it. Correct? But what about additive identity? Additive identity is nothing but we'll take the same number, we'll take the same rational number but with the opposite sign. We'll take the same rational number with the opposite sign. Shall we do some of the problems? Some problems we'll do. Additive inverse of 2 by 3. Remember, it is additive. Additive means what I said. Additive means what I said. We'll use the same number. 2 by 3. We'll write as it is 2 by 3. Correct? There is no any sign. That means it's a plus 2 by 3. Correct? No? So here we'll use sign minus. Remember once again, additive inverse is nothing but we'll use the same number with the opposite sign. If you get plus, we'll use minus. If you get minus, we'll use plus. Next, multiplicative inverse of 3 by 7. Multiplicative inverse of 3 by 7. So, it is multiplicative, correct? No, multiplicative. So what I said for multiplicative, we should use reciprocal. Reciprocal is nothing but the fraction get reversed, correct? Now answer 7 by 3, correct? Now the fraction is minus 3 by 7. Now my question is, what is additive inverse for the answer? What is multiplicative inverse for the number? For the number minus 3 by 7. What I said, additive inverse is nothing but we'll use the same number. Same number is nothing but 3 by 7. We'll use 3 by 7, but we'll change opposite sign, correct? No, minus. So we'll take plus. Now what is the answer? Additive inverse of minus 3 by 7 is nothing but plus 3 by 7. Correct? Next, minus 3 by 7 multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse of minus 3 by 7. What I said, reciprocal. Reciprocal is nothing but 7 by 3. But what is the number? It is a negative number. So we'll use minus as it is. In additive inverse only we'll change the sign. In the multiplicative inverse we'll use the same sign with a reciprocal fraction. In the multiplicative inverse we'll use the same sign with a reciprocal fraction. In the additive inverse we'll use the same fraction but with opposite sign. Correct? So totally we learned today 4. One is roll 0, roll of 0, roll of 1. 0 can be called it as additive identity. 1 can call it as a multiplicative identity. And we also learned additive inverse, multiplicative inverse. In additive inverse, we'll use the same fraction with opposite sign. In the multiplication, we'll use the same sign with opposite. That means reciprocal fraction. Am I right? Right. Yeah. So now we'll see some properties. Yeah, first we'll see the important properties. Some important properties we'll discuss. First property is a commutative property. Commutative property. Already I told you plus, minus, into, divided by. Yes, these are the 4 binary operations. Am I right? So what I am taking here, commutative property is nothing but A circle B is equals to B circle A. What is circle? In the place of circle, you can use any binary operation. Again, we'll check whether the condition will satisfy or not. Okay. Now, what is the first condition? If you apply addition, we'll write A plus B is equals to B plus A. Second, A minus B is equals to B minus A. Third, A into B is equals to B into A. Fourth one, A divided by B is equals to B divided by A. Now these are the 4 formulas by commutative property. So what I can say individually, commutative property under addition, commutative property under subtraction, commutative property under multiplication, commutative property under division. Got it? Now take any numbers better. A is equal to have taken 2, B is equal to have taken 3. Now we should check these 4 identities whether will work out or not. Now the 4 things will be happens. If that happens, we'll say will satisfy. We'll say condition commutative property satisfy under addition. Or else we'll say no, it's not satisfies. Okay. Now look at A value 2, B value 3. So I can write 2 plus 3 answer 5. Correct? A value 2, B value 3. Now 3 plus 2 answer 5. Both sides, the LHS answer, RHS answer both got same. So this property satisfied. So the statement commutative property satisfies under addition for any rational number. Got it? Next, A minus B. Look at 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3. Next 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, it's very easy, answer 1. Correct? But 2 minus 3. 3 is a larger number, it has a negative sign. So answer also negative. Answer minus 1. What we got it here? The answers are plus 1 and minus 1. LHS side minus 1, RHS side we have a plus 1. So simply we'll write here minus 1 is not equals to plus 1. So simply the property not satisfied. So what we'll say? Commutative property not satisfied under subtraction. Am I right? Next multiplication, sir. Okay. A value 2. 2 into 3. 2 3s are 6. Next B value 3. 3 into 2. Answer 6. 6 is equal to 6. So satisfied. Correct? Now division. A by B is nothing but A divided by B is nothing but A by B, and here we'll write a B by A. Now substitute it. A value 2, 2 by 3, B value 3, 3 by 2, and the both fractions are not same. So the basic property is a commutative property. So by the examples, what can we conclude? Commutative property satisfies only by addition, by multiplication. Commutative property satisfies by only addition and multiplication. So division, I'll erase it now. Subtraction, I'll erase it now. Correct? So by only, by ourselves, we found two formulas. What are they? A plus B is equals to B plus A. A plus B is equals to B plus A. Commutative property. So A plus B is equals to B plus A. It's the first property, commutative property. Next, A into B is equals to B into A. What the both things represents? The sum of any two numbers, if you add in any direction, from left to right or right to left, that gives the same answer. For example, 2 plus 3 answer 5, 3 plus 2 also answer 5. This is commutative property under addition. 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are also 6. That is also commutative property under multiplication. So now we learnt a commutative property with a